Hello students, welcome back and good morning. So in the last class we completed up to derivatives. Now we will be starting the next chapter, that is application of derivatives. Okay. So in this application of derivatives, we will be studying about the topics. One is tangents and normals. Tangents and normals. Then increasing and decreasing functions, increasing and decreasing functions, and then study about maxima and minimum, maxima and minimum. So these are the topics we will be covering under application of derivatives. So there are some other applications also, like rate of change and errors and approximations. So that we'll see later. So first we'll be covering about tangents and normals, increasing, decreasing functions, and then maxima and minimum. So about derivatives already we studied and its applications. Now in case of physics and chemistry, some applications already you studied, like rate of change. Okay, so in physics we will be studying about the rate of change of quantities. In chemistry also we use it that. Okay, so such type of applications we will be seeing in the derivatives. Okay, so tangents and normals, a curve will be given. Now for that curve we will be finding the equation of tangent and then equation of normal here. In case of increasing and decreasing functions, so some function will be given or curve will be given. Now we have to find in which intervals the curve is increasing or which intervals the curve is decreasing, and then maxima and minima. So a curve is given or a function is given or any quantity is given. We have to find its maximum value and then we have to find its minimum value. So we'll see how to find all this by using derivatives. Okay, that is what using derivatives we'll be finding these quantities. Okay, so first topic we study about is tangents and normals. Tangents and normals. So again, before studying these tangents and normals, now let us have some revision concepts about straight lines that we studied in the first PUC. Okay, so revision concepts of straight lines. Because tangent or normal, they are in form of straight lines. So whatever the concepts we studied in straight lines, that we are going to use here. So let us revise that some concepts first, then we will be starting what is tangent and normal. Okay. So in straight lines we studied the slope of line, slope of a straight line. How do we find the slope of a straight line? Suppose there is a line, like this. This is the line L, and this line is making some angle theta, which is measured from the positive direction of x-axis. So line is making an angle theta with respect to the positive direction of x-axis measured in the anti-clockwise direction. Then this theta is called inclination of the straight line, and the slope of this line divided by m, which is given by tan theta. Okay, so slope of straight line m is equal to tan theta, where theta is the inclination of straight line. So slope is the characteristic of a straight line. So whenever we are speaking about a straight line, we must know what is its slope. Okay, so this is the basic concept of a straight line. This is when inclination is given. Now suppose if 2 points are given, a line is passing through 2 points. instead of inclination, now they given that the line is passing through two fixed points A x1 y1 and B x2 y2. So how do you find the slope of line which is passing through these 2 points A and B? So using the formula, slope of m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, slope of line which passes through two given points, m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is about the slope of a straight line. Okay. Now we will see some particular cases and how to find its slope of line. So if the line is horizontal or if the line is parallel to x-axis, what will be its slope? The line is horizontal or it is parallel to x-axis. The line here. Now what is the slope of this line? Here slope is m equal to 0 because the angle made by this line with x-axis it is 0. So theta 0 means slope is 0. Next. If the line is vertical or line is parallel to y-axis or you can say perpendicular to x-axis. Now in this case theta is 90 degrees or pi by 2 radians. Now in this case the slope of this line m is undefined or you can say infinite. Okay. So slope of line, if it is horizontal, slope is 0. If it is vertical line, slope is undefined or we can take infinite. Okay. So these are particular cases where the line is horizontal or it is vertical. Okay. So this is about the slope. Next, we will see how to find the equation of straight line. Equation of a straight line. Now equation of a straight line in different forms we studied in first phase. Okay. Now here we will be using equation of line having the slope and passing through a point. So equation of straight line having slope m and passing through point. Passing through the point P x1 y1 is. In first year we studied about line having slope m and passing through point. It is a slope point form. What is the equation of line? Y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1. Okay. So equation of line passing through point and having slope m. It is y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1. Next, 2-point form means line is passing through two given points A x1 y1 and B x2 y2. So how do we write the equation of line which is passing through two given points? The equation of line is y minus y1 equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Okay. This is the equation of line in the 2-point form. So other form of lines also there, but here we will be using these two forms of lines. Okay, slope point form and then 2-point form of line. And how do we write the equation of line if it is horizontal or if it is vertical? Okay, so in case of horizontal line, its equation can be written as y is equal to y1. Okay, equation of line which is parallel to x-axis or horizontal. So equation of horizontal line is y equal to y1, or we can say y equal to some constant, y equal to c. Okay. Next, equation of vertical line. So equation of any vertical line is of the form x equal to constant. Okay. So all these equations already we studied in the first view. The equation of horizontal line is y equal to constant, and equation of vertical line is x equal to constant. Okay. Next, suppose if lines are parallel, like two lines L1 and L2 with slopes M1 and M2 respectively. So we have two lines L1 and L2, and their slopes are given M1 and M2 respectively. Now these two lines may be parallel or may be intersecting. Okay. So what are the conditions for the lines to be parallel or perpendicular, or if they are intersecting, and what angle they are intersecting? Okay. So first condition is the two lines are parallel. L1 and L2 are parallel if, what is the condition for two lines to be parallel? We studied as the slopes must be equal. So M1 should be equal to M2. Remember? So two lines are parallel only when their slopes are equal. M1 equal to M2. Second, if they are perpendicular, L1 and L2 are perpendicular if condition for lines to be perpendicular is M1 M2 equal to minus 1. Okay, the product of slopes is minus 1, then we can say that the lines are perpendicular. Okay, so lines are parallel, maybe like this. This is L1, this is L2. If they are perpendicular, this is L1, this is L2. So here theta is 90 degrees or 5 by 2. These are perpendicular lines. So these are the two special cases. Lines are parallel or perpendicular. Now all lines may not be always parallel or may not be always perpendicular. They may be intersecting at some angle. Let theta be the angle between L1 and L2. So here maybe the lines are intersecting at some angle theta. Now how do you find that angle between the two lines? Suppose this is first line L1 and this is the second line L2. Now these two lines are intersecting at some angle theta. Two lines are intersecting at some angle theta. Now what is the formula for finding this angle between two lines? We studied the angle between two lines, that is tan theta is equal to modulus of M1 minus M2 divided by 1 plus M1 M2. Okay, so here theta we take the acute angle because we are taking modulus. So mod value will be always positive. Now tan is positive means theta will be acute. Okay, so the acute angle between the two lines, tan theta, it is given by modulus of M1 minus M2 divided by 1 plus M1 M2. Okay, so this is a formula for finding angle between two lines. Suppose if the lines are parallel, these two lines are parallel means theta will be 0. So theta 0 means tan theta is 0. So equating to this is 0, 0. and cross multiplying, we'll get m1 minus m2 is 0, so we'll get m1 equal to m2. That is the first case. Next, if theta is 90 degrees like this, they are perpendicular. So theta 90 means L1 is perpendicular to L2. Tan theta is undefined. Now this quantity is undefined means denominator must be 0. Denominator is 0 means 1 plus m1 m2 is 0. So we can take m1 m2 equal to minus 1. Okay. So if they are parallel, this is the condition m1 equal to m2. If they are perpendicular, m1 m2 equal to minus 1. If they are neither parallel nor perpendicular means they are intersecting at some angle theta, and that theta is given by this formula, tan theta equal to mod of m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. Okay. So this is how we can find the angle between two lines. Next, if a line is given, suppose there is a line L having the slope m. So this is a line L making some angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. Now you want to find how this line is. Is it making acute angle or is it making obtuse angle with respect to the positive direction of x-axis? Now that will depend on the slope of line. We know that the slope of line m is given by tan theta. So if theta is acute, now theta acute means which lies in between 0 to 90. Now when theta lies in 0 to 90, we know tan is positive. So tan positive means here slope is positive. So here m is positive. Okay. So if the slope of line is positive, we can say that it is making acute angle with respect to positive direction of x-axis. So here theta is acute. Next, if it is making obtuse angle with positive direction of x-axis, suppose the line is like this, which makes the angle theta. Here theta is more than 90, so theta is obtuse. Theta obtuse means slope is always tan theta. Now theta obtuse means more than 90, so 90 to 180. So 90 to 180, tan is negative because angle lies in the second quadrant. So tan is negative means here slope is negative. So m is negative. So based on sign of the slope, we can say how the line is. Slope positive, we can say theta is acute. Slope is negative, we can say theta is obtuse. Okay. Next, one more form of line will be using more. That is line which passes through origin. Okay. If the line is passing through origin, line passing through origin is of the form y is equal to mx. Okay. If the line is passing through origin, it is in the form y equal to mx. So there will be no constant added to this. Okay. Only y and x terms will be there, but there is no constant. Okay. Since it is passing through origin, so it will be written as y equal to mx. So line may be like this. Maybe like this, or maybe here. Now, how to know that how the line is? It depends on slope. M positive. So M positive means line will be like this. It lies in first and third quadrants because theta is acute. If M is negative, like y equal to minus 2x, so line will be in second and fourth quadrants because slope negative means angle is obtuse. Okay. So based on slope, if it is passing through origin, you can draw the equation of line. Okay, so this is about the basic concepts of straight lines. Now these concepts we will be using in tangents and normals. So that's why we revised some of these concepts based on straight lines studied in the first. Okay, now we'll see about what is tangents and normals, and how we are going to use about these concepts of straight lines in tangents and normals. Okay. Right. Tangents and normals. So here some curve will be given, like y is equal to f of x, b, any curve. So maybe curve is like this. Suppose this is the curve y equal to f of x. Now for this curve, we will define what is meant by tangent and what is meant by normal. So tangent is defined as a straight line which touches the curve at a point is called as a tangent line for this curve. Okay. So a straight line which touches this curve at a point is called as a tangent. Suppose if I draw a line which is touching this curve at one point. Suppose at this point, if I draw a line, so the line is touching this curve at a point. So this line can be called as tangent line. We denote by T. Okay. So line which touches the curve at a point is called as a tangent line. And normal means a line which is perpendicular to tangent is called as a normal. Okay. So take any line which is perpendicular to this tangent is called as a normal line. So if you take at this point. So by drawing a line which is perpendicular to tangent, it is called as a normal line, denoted by capital N. Okay. So for defining normal, first we have to define the tangent line for the curve. Now after writing tangent, then only we can define the normal. Okay. So line perpendicular to tangent is called as a normal line for this curve at this point. Okay. So here point also will be given. At that point we have to write what is tangent and what is normal. Okay. So tangent is defined a straight line which touches the curve at a point. Straight line which touches the curve at a point is called as a tangent, and normal is defined a line which is perpendicular to perpendicular to tangent is called normal. Line which is perpendicular to tangent is called as a normal. So these are the basic definitions of tangent and normal. Now here we are interested in finding what is the equation of tangent and what is the equation of normal. Okay. So as we studied in straight lines, for writing the equation of line, we should know the slope of line. Okay. Now how to find the slope of line here? First we find for tangent. If you know for tangent, then we can write for normal also. So this is an important point. Slope of tangent to the curve. Slope of tangent to the curve y is equal to f of x. Okay, any curve is given, the slope of tangent to the curve y equal to f of x is given by its derivative, that is dy by dx, or we can write as f dash x. Okay, so this is the important point. Slope of tangent to the curve, it is always given by the derivative of the function, that is dy by dx, or we can write f dash of x. Okay, actually derivatives are invented for finding the slope of tangent to the curves. Okay, so any curve is given, at some point if you want to find what is the slope of tangent, what you have to do is you have to find its derivative of the curve. Okay, so dy by dx or f dash x always indicates the slope of tangent to the curve. Now if I take a curve like this, suppose if curve is like this, y equal to f of x. Now for this curve, how many tangents we can draw? We can draw many tangents. Suppose at this point you want to draw tangent, this is the tangent line. At this point if you want to draw tangent, this is the tangent. At this point also we can draw tangent. So like this we can draw many tangents for the curve. But the slope of tangent is always given by dy by dx or f dash x. Now when curve is given, f dash or derivative is always fixed. Okay, for a given function, if derivative exists, it is unique. So derivative will be same for the given function f of x always. But here if you see, the tangents are different. Now tangents are different means their slopes also different. But how to get the slopes? Okay, how to get the slope of tangent at some particular point if we are finding. So when the point is changing, even though the derivative is same for this function, when the point is changing, then its slope also changes. Okay, slope of tangent also changes whenever the point on curve is changing. So the slope of tangent at some particular point, it depends on the point where we are drawing the tangent. Okay, so slope of tangent is always not the same. It depends on the point where we are finding the tangent. So how do you find the slope of tangent at some particular point? So slope of tangent at a particular point suppose we take x1 by 1 is given by slope of tangent is denoted by m. So here what we do is, after finding the derivative of the curve, okay, that is dy by dx, we have to substitute this point x1 by 1 in that derivative. Okay, so substitution of point in derivative is denoted like this: dy by dx at the point x1 by 1. Okay, so find the derivative and substitute the point x1 by 1 in derivative. Then at that point we will get the slope of tangent. So even though dy by dx is same, when the point is changing, so slope also changes. So that's why the slope is not always same at any point we are drawing the tangent. So when point changes, then slope also changes. Okay, so this is an important point. Slope of tangent to the curve, it is always given by derivative at that point. Okay, so once we know slope, now we can write what is the equation of tangent. Okay, now let us see how to write the equation of tangent. So we know that the slope of tangent to curve slope of tangent to the curve y equal to f of x at a particular point, a x1 by 1 is given by m equal to derivative dy by dx at that point x1 y1 on the curve. Okay, so by using this we know the slope. So it is also denoted by f dash x. At the point x1 means it is f dash of x1. Okay, so this is the slope. Now we know slope. Then how can I write the equation of tangent? So equation of tangent to the curve at that point. So equation of tangent is given by. So tangent is in the form of straight line that we know. So for the straight line, what we know is its slope is known, m we know, and the point through which it is passing, x1, y1 we know. So slope we know and point we know. So which form we can use? By using the slope and point form of line. So the equation of tangent is given by y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, where m is derivative at that particular point. Okay, so first we find the slope, then we can write equation of tangent. Okay, so this is about the tangent. Now how do we write the equation of normal or slope of normal? Now we see how to write the slope of normal, then we write the equation of normal. So already we discussed normal is a straight line which is perpendicular to tangent. If the slope of tangent is m, now what will be the slope of perpendicular line? Again we studied in the straight lines. If slope of one line is m, what is the slope of its perpendicular line? It is minus 1 by m. So slope of normal is given by minus 1 by m, where m is slope of tangent. So again if you want to find slope of normal, first you have to find the slope of tangent, then only we can get the slope of normal. So slope of normal is given by minus 1 by m. We know slope of normal, and we can see normal also passing through this point. Okay, normal is passing through point. So point we know and slope we know. How can I get equation of normal? The equation of normal is given by, it is passing through that same point. So y minus y1 is equal to slope. What is the slope of normal here? Minus 1 by m into x minus x1. Okay, so equation of normal, it is y minus y1 is equal to minus 1 by m into x minus x1. Okay, so this is about the equation of tangent and equation of normal, which we are writing based on the slope of tangent. How do you find the slope of tangent? It is always given by derivative at that particular point. So any function or curve is given, we know how to find its derivative. After differentiating, let us substitute the point in that derivative, then we will get the slope of tangent. Okay, so based on slope of tangent, we can get the equation of tangent and equation of normal. Okay. Next, we will see some particular cases here also. Now, particular cases in tangent and normals. Suppose if the tangent is parallel to x-axis, tangent is parallel to x-axis. Now, what is the condition we can write so that the tangent is parallel to x-axis for some curve? Okay, a curve is given y equal to f of x. curve is given y equal to f of x. Now for that curve, what is the condition so that the tangent drawn, it is parallel to x-axis or the tangent is horizontal? So you can see diagrammatically. Suppose the curve is like this. Curve is like this, y equal to f of x. Now we can see tangents can be drawn to this curve at some points. Now if I draw tangent at this point, tangent drawn at this particular point, we can see that this tangent is parallel to x-axis or it is horizontal. Now what will be the condition so that this tangent is parallel to x-axis? Now tangent is straight line. Now straight line is parallel to x-axis means what is the condition we can write? Line parallel to x-axis means its slope must be 0. So here slope of this line must be 0. So m equal to 0. Now for the curve, what is m? For the curve, what is m? Here m is 0. M is 0 means what is the slope of tangent we know? We know that slope of tangent it is given by dy by dx. So its derivative must be 0. Okay. So whenever derivative is 0, we can say that the tangent is parallel to x-axis or tangent is parallel to x-axis. We can say its derivative must be 0. Okay. So this is the condition for the line or tangent which is parallel to x-axis. And how do we write the equation of tangent here? Equation of tangent is, what is the equation of tangent? Since it is a horizontal line, you can write y equal to some constant. Okay? So equation of tangent is given by y equal to constant. Okay? Next. If the tangent is parallel to y-axis, tangent is parallel to y-axis, then what will be the condition we can write here? Again, suppose curve we have like this. Now at some point on this curve, we can draw a tangent. This is the tangent we are drawing. Now clearly we can see this tangent is parallel to y-axis. So what is the condition on this curve? Y equal to f of x. So that the tangent is parallel to y-axis. So tangent is parallel to y-axis means clearly it makes 90 degrees with x-axis. So theta is 90 degrees. What is the slope of tangent here? Here slope is undefined. So m is undefined or we can write infinite. Okay. So tangent parallel to y-axis means its slope of tangent m is undefined. Now for the curve y equal to f of x, what is the slope we know? Slope of tangent. Slope of tangent always given by derivative. So dy by dx is undefined. So when slope is undefined, that is derivative is undefined, we can say at that point we have a tangent which is parallel to y-axis. Okay. And how to write the equation of tangent here? What will be the equation of tangent which is parallel to y-axis? So line parallel to y-axis means it is in the form x equal to constant. You can take some k. So in this case, equation of tangent will be x equal to constant. So this we studied in straight lines, equation of horizontal line, equation of a vertical line. Okay. So this is how we can write the equation of tangent whenever the tangent is parallel to x-axis or tangent is parallel to y-axis. Okay. Now what about normal? So in the same we can write how to write equation of normal. Observe here, if tangent is parallel to x-axis, now what about normal? We can say here normal will be parallel to y-axis. So this will be the normal. Okay, because normal always perpendicular to tangent. So tangent is horizontal, means normal will be vertical. So when slope of tangent is 0, what is the slope of normal here? It will be undefined. Slope of normal is undefined when tangent is horizontal. So slope of normal is undefined. And what is the equation of normal here? Equation of normal is, since normal is vertical line, how do you write equation of vertical line? X equal to some constant, x equal to alpha. Okay. Similarly here, tangent is vertical. What about normal? So normal line will be horizontal. If slope of tangent is undefined, what will be slope of normal here? Slope of normal will be 0, because normal is horizontal line. Now maybe it is normal or tangent. Since it is horizontal line, so we know its slope will be 0. So slope of normal is 0 because it is horizontal. And what is the equation of normal now? Equation of normal. So that is equation of horizontal line, y equal to constant. So I write y equal to beta. Okay. So if you know about tangent, then we can write about the normal. Okay. So that's why we are teaching in terms of tangent. Similarly, we can understand in terms of normal also. Okay. Right. We'll take some example. Find the slope of tangent to the curve. Find the slope of tangent to the curve y equal to x cube minus x square plus 4. Y equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 4 at the point at the point 1, 2. Okay. We need the slope of tangent to the curve y equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 4 at a point 1, 2. Okay. We don't know how the curve is. Okay. If it is a standard curve, we can draw the diagram. But here a diagram is not necessary. We can draw a rough diagram and we can find what is they are asking. So here they are asking the slope of tangent to the curve. Okay. At that point, suppose curve is like this. Y is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 4. Okay. So there is a point on this curve. Suppose this is the point A given. This is the point A, 1, 2. Now at this point we need the slope of tangent to the curve. Suppose tangent is like this. We need its slope. Okay. So what we know is the slope of tangent to any curve is given by its derivative at that point. Okay. So first we find the derivative and then we'll substitute that point to find the slope of tangent. Okay. So here what is the dy by dx? Y is x cube minus 3x square plus 4. So what is this derivative? It is 3x square minus 6x. Okay. dy by dx is 3x square minus 6x. Now this is the slope of tangent at any point. Okay. It can be any point, but we are interested in finding the slope of tangent at that particular point 1, 2. So now slope of tangent is given by m. Okay. So how do you write slope? Slope of tangent m is given by the derivative at a particular point given 1, 2. So what you have to do is substitute this point 1, 2. Okay. X is 1, y is 2 in the derivative. So m equal to dy by dx is 3x square minus 6x. At x is 1, y is 2. See derivative there is no y. So no need to substitute y as 2. Only we substitute the x value. Okay. If derivative is in terms of both x and y, we substitute x and y values. So here only x value we can substitute in this 3 into 1 square minus 6 into 1. So m is 3 minus 6 is minus 3. So therefore the slope of tangent at this particular point, so m is minus 3. Okay. So as we discussed, when this point is changing, so point changes means x value changes, x value changes means slope also changes. Okay. So remember that slope of tangent. Okay. Everywhere in tangents and normals we will be using this concept always. The slope of tangent is always given by the derivative at that particular point. Okay. This is the slope of tangent. Now if they are asking slope of normal, how to find slope of normal? We know slope of tangent is m means what is the slope of normal? If you want to get slope of normal also, here slope of normal line is given by, if m is the slope of tangent, so what will be the slope of normal? It is minus 1 by m, which is equal to minus 1 by minus 3. So it is 1 by 3. So slope of tangent is minus 3 and slope of normal will be, slope of tangent is minus 3, slope of normal is 1 by 3. Okay. So any curve is given at any point, we can always find the slope of tangent by using the derivative. Okay. So we should be good in derivatives first. Any function given, here it is given algebraic, we are finding derivative. So sometimes maybe trigonometric functions are given, or maybe implicit functions are given, explicit functions are given, logarithmic functions are given, inverse trigonometric functions are given. So any function is given, we should be able to know how to write its derivative. After differentiating, then only we can write its slope. Okay. So this is about the theory based on tangents and normals. Okay. So let us stop here. So from next class we will be starting the exercise. Okay. So go through the theory part, all this, so that we can start the problems from next class. Okay. Thank you.